We have, as on date, 11,200 students, about 530 plus another 200 teaching staff, 37,000 plus worldwide alumni doing extremely well across the world. Then, of course, the university is accredited by NAC, which is as an A+ university. The recent rankings, 2022, on National Institutional Ranking Framework, we were ranked 28 and 31st in the university category, 28th in the engineering category. In the world rankings, our computer science program is ranked in 301 to 400 in the world, and our engineering programs are ranked in the 400 to 500 in the world. While our Asia rankings for Times Education is 127. If you look at the QS World rankings, our engineering programs are now ranked between 451 to 500 across the world. So what you can see here is that most of our programs are now ranked in the top 500 programs in the world. Along with it, our engineering programs, eligible engineering programs, are also accredited by National Board of Accreditation, which is the Indian regulatory body, accreditation body. And with that, we are also, along with it, some of our engineering programs are also accredited by ABET, which is a US accreditation of the programs. So computer engineering, electronics and communication engineering, mechanical engineering, civil engineering, and electrical engineering are also US accredited, right? So this is some of the metrics I just thought I'll just share with you before we proceed. So just one second. Okay. So because today we are talking of only international programs, we have really institutional partnerships with some of the top universities in the world, starting with Trinity College Dublin, with Tel Aviv University, with Virginia Tech, the University of Leeds in the UK, again, University of Toledo in the US, University of Groningen in Netherlands, University of Queensland in Australia, in Brisbane, and University of New South Wales in Sydney. Now, these are some of our partnerships, but not all of them lead to a 2+2. Some of them are a 2+2, some, at least one or two of them are of 3+2, and some others are purely research partnerships. So these are some of our partnerships. Let's look at each one of them one by one. So the oldest program that we have in this category in the 2+2 mode is the Trinity College Dublin. So just to give you an overview of the Trinity College Dublin program, we actually collaborate with two schools here, the Computer Science and Statistics School and the School of Engineering. So this program has now been running since 2015. And if my gut feel is that over 200 students have gone to Trinity College in the last 7 years. They have all done extremely well. So there is a pedigree already established with this program, and has really been doing very, very well. Well, if the students take a transfer to Trinity College, these are some of the things which you can you can do. If you're as an international student, you can work for 20 hours a week during the working days and 40 hours a week during the vacations. At the completion of your undergraduate program, you get a work visa for 1 year to look for a job. 93% of Trinity graduates, they are in employment or they go on to do further studies, right? And most Trinity students earn far more than other graduates in Europe and Ireland within the first 5 years of their study. So if you look at this, and then how is this program offered at Thapar? So you will be admitted in this program in this year's admission cycle, right? And once you're admitted, you will study the first 2 years of the course in India. The curriculum has been completely harmonized with Trinity College Dublin. And if at the end of 2 years, you get a CGPA of 7 or on a scale of 10 or more, 7 or more on a scale of 10, you will be able to transfer to Trinity College Dublin for your further studies. On completion of your degree at Trinity College, you will be getting a degree award from Trinity College Dublin. This is a 2+2+1 program, but the option of doing the 5th year is not mandatory. So which means you can opt to exit at 2 years and go out with a bachelor's degree. However, if there are some students who wish to pursue a master's degree can seamlessly transfer to the 5th year and then graduate with 2 degrees, which is both undergraduate as well as the graduate degree. So both BE and ME would be available to you at the end of 5th year if you so desire. The degrees in this case, of course, are awarded by Trinity College Dublin. We have following programs on offer with the Trinity partnership: computer engineering, electronics and computer engineering, electronics engineering, mechanical engineering, and civil engineering. So we have these options available. Of course, there are limited number of seats, so we can't take like everybody in. There are few seats available, but we will offer seats in these programs. So the students who are to transfer at the end of 2 years, as I just mentioned to you, must get a minimum CGPA of 7. There is no English requirements for Trinity because Trinity has waived the English requirements for Thapar students because we all do all of our programs in English, and they have been so satisfied with the students who have gone into Trinity in the last 7 years that they have waived off this requirement of TOEFL or IELTS. As far as the fee is concerned, not only Trinity, every engineering program that we offer in partnership with the foreign university, the students have to pay 1.5 times the regular Thapar fee for the first 2 years of study, and then the remaining year 3 and year 4, you pay the fees which is applicable to international students by the partner universities. In the case of Trinity, we have been able to work out a relationship with them. So whatever is their academic fee for year 3 and year 4, you will be eligible for a 15% academic scholarship upon transfer. So this is what is available. The TCD fee, the Trinity College fees, they are for this year are available on their website, and they are announced on year-to-year basis. So you can get an indicative value. The indicative value for this year, for example, is about 27,000 euros. And if you put a 15% discount on this, the fee will be in the vicinity of about 23,500 to 24,000 euros. That's the annual fee. Additionally, you will have to pay for your living, which is a hostel, which is also guaranteed in this case by Trinity if you so desire, and also your living expenses, right? So we did a kind of a thumb rule of what would be the likely cost to a student in this program. So for 2 years that you study there, the cost is anywhere going to be between 50 lakhs to 60 lakhs, covering your tuition fee as well as your living expenses, right? So this is just to give you a very ballpark figure on what is the cost going to be. So the other program that we have is with University of Queensland. Students have gone, the first cohort for this Queensland has gone out. Larger cohort has gone out this year. Before this, there were like 2 or 3 students going in every year. This year is a bigger cohort who have now taken a transfer. So UQ is also top ranked university, 54th in the world in QS and 50th in Times Education in 2022. And you can opt for following programs: civil, computer engineering, computer engineering, electrical engineering. These are the programs in Thapar which you can take: electronics instrumentation and control, electronics and communication engineering, electronics and computer engineering, and mechanical engineering. And however, when you transfer, you will get a University of Queensland degree. So if you do civil engineering at Thapar, you will get a civil engineering honors from UQ. If you do computer engineering at Thapar, you will get a software engineering degree from UQ at the end of 4 years. We are in discussions with them. So you will also might be able to get a tag of software engineering with major in computer science, but that's currently being discussed and is likely to be, we'll be able to probably likely get an approval from them. So however, until that happens, I'm going to call this as computer engineering to software engineering. Electrical engineering at Thapar, you get an electrical engineering honors from UQ. Same way, electronics instrumentation, electronics and communication, and electronics and computer engineering will all transfer to electrical engineering in University of Queensland, because electrical engineering at UQ and UNSW, both these universities, is very broad-based and covers all electronics, right? So all kinds of electrical and electronics programs will transfer to an electrical engineering in University of Queensland. And same way for the mechanical engineering at Thapar, you'll get a mechanical engineering honors degree at Trinity. Again, the minimum CGPA requirement is 7 on a scale of 10. You will also have to clear the English language tests. because these are embassy requirements in this case, IELTS score of 6.5 overall with no subtest below 6. The fee is very similar, 1.5 times the regular Thapar fee for the first 2 years, and then you end up paying the University of Queensland fee, which will be of course available in their website, and this also in the ballpark figure of 50 to 60 lakhs for the 2 years of study there. We also have a program with the University of Leeds, but this is only for chemical engineering. So somebody who's specifically looking for a chemical engineering program, University of Leeds could be a good option, right? So Leeds is UK's third largest university with more than 33,000 students. And you'll be transferring to School of Chemical and Process Engineering, which has just over 1,000 students from 70 different countries. So the University of Leeds is the top 10 global 100 top 100 ranked universities. It is in the top 100. No generalized English proficiency test required for Thapar Leeds partnership students. So here that is also waived off. At the end of 2 years, when you get an undergraduate degree from University of Leeds, you are eligible for a 2 years of UK work permit after degree, and there is a scholarship of £5,000. Up to £5,000 to students who transfer through the Thapar Leeds partnership, right? So it can vary anywhere between 3,000 to 5,000. I think 3,000 is guaranteed to everybody, and if the student number is more than 4, then the top 2 students gets £5,000. The top placements available there. So this is from the University of Queensland. If you study chemical engineering at Thapar, you can opt to go to University of Leeds to do any of these 4 options. You can do a chemical engineering, you could do a chemical and energy engineering, you could do a chemical and materials engineering, or you can do a chemical and nuclear engineering. And the degree award is again in this case done by University of Leeds. And there is an option to then go do 1 more year and go on to do your master's program. That also is going to be possible. So the entry requirements here again is very similar to other programs. You need a CGPA of 7 at the end of 2 years. There is an English language requirement of 70% overall score in 10+2. And students should have studied in English medium. All students who study at Thapar would always meet this requirement. So that's why there is no English language requirement in this case. Scholarship is provided as a partial fee waiver for each year of the program. So the guaranteed scholarship is £3,000. Engineering program specifically, and this is, if you're doing chemical engineering at Thapar for the first 2 years, you are eligible to go and study at University of Leeds and do any of the 4 options which are visible on the screen. So from chemical to chemical, or chemical to chemical and energy, or chemical and materials, or chemical and nuclear. Any of the 4 specializations you can pick up. There's no English language requirements if you have more than 70% marks in your 10+2 scores, right? You need a 7 CGPA, and every student will get a £3,000 scholarship and a merit scholarship of £5,000 to top 2 students. Let's come to our next program, which is with the University of New South Wales. The University of New South Wales in Sydney is ranked 45th in the world in the QS World Rankings and 70th in the world in the Times Higher Education World Rankings for the current year, 2022. So top ranked universities. And so the students, of course, study for the first 2 years at Thapar, and then thereafter they transfer to University of New South Wales for year 3 and year 4, and the degree is awarded by University of New South Wales. The minimum CGPA requirement for UNSW is 7.3 on a scale of 10. All others had 7. So please note this is a little higher. And of course, you will need the English language test with overall score of 6.5 on IELTS and no subtest below 6. You have many options available here. Civil engineering and UNSW degree is also civil engineering. You can take computer engineering at Thapar and get a computer engineering degree from UNSW. You can do an electronics and communication at Thapar, and you can get an electrical engineering degree from UNSW. And same way, you can take all the electronics and electrical options in Thapar and transfer to electrical engineering in UNSW. Similarly, if you do mechanical engineering at Thapar, you can transfer to either mechanical and manufacturing engineering or standalone mechanical engineering. And if you take mechatronics engineering at Thapar, you can also transfer to mechatronics engineering at UNSW. These are 2 years programs. The fee here is the students will be required to pay the international student tuition fee, which is based on the number of credits the students take. The first 2 years is going to be 1.5 times. Again, this is going to be in the ballpark region of about 60 lakhs for the 2 years at Australia, right? So it's Tom Pratt University. And the last program that we have is with the University of Toledo in Ohio, in Ohio State in the US. So Ohio is one of the only just 27 public universities in the US and offers longest standing ABET accredited programs. And our programs are also ABET accredited, as I mentioned in the beginning of my presentation. We offer 2 programs with the University of Toledo. The first program is computer science and engineering, which is equivalent to computer engineering at Thapar, and bioengineering, which is equivalent to biomedical engineering at Thapar. So to be able to transfer to Toledo, the students must achieve a CGPA of 7 on a scale of 10. You will have to clear the English language test, the TOEFL or IELTS or this. The students will pay 1.5 times the regular Thapar fee for the first 2 years. And the Toledo fees are available on their website, but I'll give you a ballpark figure because this is comparatively lesser cost compared to other universities that we have. And there is some generous scholarship offered by University of Toledo so that the international students end up paying an out-of-station tuition fee. So if your CGPA at the end of 2 years at Thapar is between 8.75 to 10, you are eligible to get a scholarship of about $8,500 per year. And similarly, if your CGPA is between 7.5 to 8.74, you will automatically be eligible to get a scholarship of $7,500 on the annual tuition fee. And the annual tuition fee is in the ballpark figure of about $21,000, which means if you get this scholarship, your fee is going to be about $13,000 US. So this $13,000 will actually mean multiplied by 80 at today's rate will be close to 10 lakh rupees, right, per year. And you'll have a language proficiency requirements here too. So you can either take a PTE or IELTS or TOEFL, but this is a mandatory requirement of US Embassy to give you a visa. So 2 programs, I just mentioned to you, computer science and engineering and the biomedical engineering program. We are going to start the counseling right at 9 a.m. with the first starting with all students above 95% or more. We will request you to please mute yourself on Zoom, and we will unmute you on the basis of your merit. When you enter the Zoom link, please rename yourself as follows. Your first name, underscore, followed by your PCM score. You can replace chemistry as given in our on our website. So chemistry can be replaced by a technical elective, and if you are eligible for it, replace it. So first name followed by PCM score, followed by Thapar application number, which could be 4 or 5 digits, the last 4 or 5 digits. In some cases it is 4, in some cases it is 5. So put that number. For example, if your name is Vinay Kumar, you can put Vinay underscore PCM. If your score is 97.65, so PCM 97.65 underscore the numerical part of your application number. It could be a 4-digit or a 5-digit number, right? So please keep your application handy in your sword, just in case we have to verify your PCM scores, right? And also your 10+2 mark sheet, right? So this is necessary. We'll be very happy to take a few questions now, and No, we can unmute some people so that people can listen. So
I think many of them have this question: what happens if they want to exit from IIT at the end of this?
Okay. So there have been questions like, what if you take an admission in this program and at the end of 2 years decide not to go, right? And that happens every year. It's because circumstances change, sometimes financial conditions change. So I know those kind of things can happen. So we have, in case you are unable to transfer to the partner university at the end of 2 years for some reason or the other, whichever reason, then we have a provision to retain you at Thapar Institute, but in a branch which you would have normally got with your score, right? So for example, if with 97.5% marks, you are able to get, say, computer engineering at Thapar, and you have also taken computer engineering at say, Trinity College Dublin. If you don't go, you continue to study computer engineering. However, suppose there is another student who got 90% marks, got, say, mechanical engineering in Thapar with his normal score, which the results which came out on 3rd of August. Suppose he got a mechanical engineering, but gets a computer engineering in this international program because it's a very high cost. Not everybody can afford it. So we have lesser number of people available. So for example, somebody gets computer engineering at, say, UNSW at 90%. What happens in that case? If at 2 years later, if you don't go, we will ask you to transfer to mechanical engineering or any other branch which was available at 90% when you were admitted. Please do remember this. This is very strictly enforced. If you are going, there is no issue. If you don't go, then you will have to revert to a branch which you would have normally got at your score. Please remember that. Other questions?
Today's counseling is only for IIT.
Today's counseling is only for international engineering programs. The regular counseling is going on simultaneously, parallelly on other sides, and it doesn't affect your chances there. Please note that. In any way. What else? Can you unmute, Gagan, can you unmute some people so that people can ask questions?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Just admit a few of them. Maybe randomly 4 or 5 questions we can take so that this Sumitra Podar, please unmute yourself. Please unmute Sumitra.